Hey guys, Angus here. Got another Airsoft product review for you guys today. Today we're going to be looking at a classic piece from my collection that ironically I've never done a review on. No, it's not the M14, it's actually the optic placed on top of the M14. What this is the Walther licensed MRS or Multi-Reticle sight red dot airsoft optic. This is a pretty nice piece, actually a rather nice one as it is from my personal collection. And if you're interested in purchasing this, there'll be a link down below in the description to airsoftStation.com where you can buy it for about $45. So overall, a rather nice piece. Let's go ahead, hop right into the review, talk about this sight's construction. Alright, now construction-wise, the Walther MRS sight is built very well. Pretty much everything on here is constructed of metal, so it's nothing cheap. Say you take a spill in the field, you fall down, your sight takes a crack. It's nothing like those cheap $20 sights that look like this where they're going to break the second they do that. This is made of solid metal, it's a sturdy optic. Obviously the flimsiest piece on here and the most fragile would be the lens, which is a small piece of glass. I've taken a ricochet BB to it before and nothing's happened. However, that being said, if you're in a CQB style game, which is ironic because that's what the sight is designed for, I could definitely see a BB coming in hot and shattering that lens. So just a word of warning, it is made for CQB, but I'm not exactly sure if I'd recommend it unless you have $40 to spill if it does break. Now, with the construction externally also being very solid, you do get some rather nice trademarks on here as well. As you can see, they're painted on, bright white paint. These, I've got the sight maybe a year and a half ago, and the trademarks are still as bright as they were the day they came out of the box. So it's nothing that's loosely painted on, it's going to wipe off real easy. As you can see on the side here, you have brightly painted Walther, and then also you can faintly see on the top MRS. Also at the various points where you'd go to sight in the specific red dot you've chosen, everything is painted on there as well. In this case, you have an R to symbolize you'd be turning that in order to make the dot move to the right. So overall, construction and external trademarks are very nice in this sight. Alright, so external quality is nice, but getting down to what you guys really care about, which would be the different reticles you get to choose from with this sight, you can go ahead and access them from the rear of the sight with a small flip switch. As you can see, when you have that switch turned all the way to the right, the reticle will be on the setting of this small sort of crosshair. You'll be seeing the reticles in a second, but just going ahead and show you your different options here now. As I stated, the crosshair, and if you were to move it slightly to the left, you'd be on sort of a T-bar. Moving more left, you'd be on a fairly large dot, and then finally, all the way to the left, you end up on a very small dot. As I stated with the trademarks, these are also painted on rather nicely, and a year and a half, they're still there, bright as day. Another important dial on the MRS sight would be your brightness selector. This sight has 7 different levels of brightness. Obviously the lower settings, say 1 or 2, being better for CQB where it's already dark and needs to be easily showing up on your sight. And obviously the brighter settings, 6 or 7, for those field situations where it's already a bright sunny day. You're going to need a little bit more brightness to be able to see that optic through your lens there. Now with that being said, the dial is very easy to turn. You simply go ahead and turn it like so. Same thing here, trademarks still as bright as they originally were. When you're on 1, obviously this is going to be the dullest setting, but again if you're in CQB it's already dark so you don't need hugely bright setting. And finally, say everything's bright enough outside, having trouble seeing that small red dot, you can switch all the way to 7, which will be a very bright setting. With that being shown, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the reticles now. Here you have the T-bar reticle at the brightest setting on the sight. As you can see, it might look a little fuzzy coming through the camera. However, that's just because the camera's having a little bit of trouble picking this up. Also, I'm obviously having a little bit of trouble keeping it in frame. This is the only reticle I'm going to go ahead and show you, being that the fact that it just shows up kind of fuzzy. Don't think it's very low quality because of what it looks like on the camera. When you're looking down the sight as an actual person, these things are clear as day and exact replica of the pictures that are depicted. So overall, that's the reticle. Looks rather nice. You simply line this up with your opponent, aim and fire. Hopefully you get them out. Alright, and with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this quick optic review. Let's go ahead and get in the final conclusion here. Overall, I would personally and definitely recommend the Walther licensed MRS red dot sight. It's a very nice quality sight. Overall, the external quality is built very well. It's not cheap. It's made of metal, built to last. Let me tell you, even the trademarks on here are still as bright as the day they came out of the packaging. So overall, the external quality is great on it. Also, as you could tell by the reticles, the different brightness settings you have, and all the different options you can, whether you want to look at a dot, a T-bar, a crosshair, whatever you can do it on this sight. It's a very nice quality sight. It's great for those low profile guns if you're planning on taking it into CQB, which is more so what it's designed for. Just be careful you don't get the lens shot out, which I almost did have happen to me once, so don't want to see it happen to you guys as well when you purchase such a nice quality sight. I really don't have any grievances with it. It's overall satisfied me throughout the time I've had it. And hey, I haven't even had to change the battery yet. So if you're looking for a nice sight, one that's going to last, not be a cheap piece of junk that'll break in a couple minutes despite the fact it's only $20, this is a very nice quality sight. So with that being said, guys, this has been Deathcore Airsoft's review of the Walther licensed MRS Red Dot sight. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.